Welcome back, everybody. It's NewMutator, and oh my goodness, we made it. It is the double elimination round 2 of the Myth World Cup 2012, and this is game 1 between these two teams here. We have the Silent Sentinels, and we have Grimm's My Team or My Team. My Team. According to Bone there. My team is going to be starting out in the northeast, but they're going to be pretty hard to see. I might need to toggle between these in order to make them out on the overhead here. Yeah, so like I said, Bone is captaining. Grimm, of course, is showing up for his team. Arsenic, Rabican, Tiri, Enculator, Dante, and Cryptos. And now I know what this stands for. Elite really cool guys. That's about all I know. Something play myth with men. Yeah. Yeah, somebody left a comment explaining that to me, and I do appreciate that. Thank you. Now I don't have to worry about that so much. I know it actually has a meaning. They're going to be squaring off against the Sentinel squad over here in the south. They're going to be starting in the southwest here. Roadkill is captaining Lizard King, Khan, Toxin, Milkman, Monty, and Kron 1. So, I believe it's 7 on 8. Yeah, so 7 on 8. So maybe my team will sit somebody. We will find out. That's kind of what they have been doing to keep things pretty fair. So, pretty cool guys. My team. And the Silent Sentinels here, it's very interesting because, you know, some of these players we know are pretty good, and some of them, I don't know if we've seen, well, like Milkman, I'm not sure if he was in any of the previous matches or not. He may have been, but I don't seem to remember. I'm seeming not to remember him in the previous matches, but no matter. I think the Silent Sentinels are fielding a pretty good squad, and so we will see who will come out on top. Taking a look at these trades, though, looks like kind of your standard Venice unit composition. You know, you got your Heron Guards, you got your Warriors, your Archers, your Warlocks, your Mortar Dwarves, and your Goals for Pus. Yeah, and interestingly enough, it looks like pretty identical trades here. Now, I don't recall if it's unit trading or not, so maybe it's no unit trading. I should, once again, I should be looking at this stuff, but I'm just too lazy to do it. And you know what? It's amazing that I'm here doing this at all, wouldn't you say? Pretty darn incredible. I never thought I would be doing anything quite like this. So both teams are going to be fanning out. It is capture the flag. I don't even know what I'm talking about. Okay, so capture the flag. Both teams are going to be trying to take the flag of their opponents. I'm sure you all know already, if you've seen any of the previous games that I've casted, what capture the flag is. Basically, you start with a flag, and if you tag the opponent, the other team's flag without them contesting, you will win. So, having said that, let's go ahead and jump into it. Both teams, looks like Sentinels are going to reach the middle island first, maybe, although Bone, it looks like, is actually going to get it with his scouting goal here, interestingly enough. And huge flank for my team coming down in the south. And Toxin, so Sentinels their strategy is just wait and see, you know, take your positions and then look and see what's going on and scout. And Enculator is being very critical of the way that I'm doing this. Thanks, Enculator, but if you want to do it, feel free, man. I'm just doing it for fun. I'm not really getting anything out of doing this. But not that that matters. Okay, so Looks like Grimm's scout goal is going to be pushed back, pushed away, and so all the action right now is just here in the south. It looks like Kryptos and Tiri are kind of they're kind of threatening here with their flank, but Sentinels are reacting. They are sending some archers to push them back. Once they came, they're looking for a way to get up. They might come up this way, but if they do that, they're going to be blocked in even more so. So what they want to do is somehow push in through here. And strangely enough, on this map, whoever made this map designed it so that when... Ooh, nice shot there. We saw... whose was that? I think that was Kryptos. Let me see. Yeah, that was Kryptos. His dwarf. Oh my gosh, I need to get better at pressing all these buttons. And Tiri takes a little bit of damage there from the warlock. But as I was saying, look at when something gets hit. There's all this blood that splatters out, and that's actually a that's added in. That's not the default. The map maker added that. So here we have Khan. See, look at that. Interesting. Kind of ridiculous. It makes it a little cartoony, I think, but pretty cool anyway that you can do that. Okay, so Sentinels, one of their, actually Tiri, nice job taking out that Puskul and keeping his Mortar Dwarf alive. That Mortar Dwarf is going to be very important in this little showdown here. And Dante running around with his Puskul, but see what happens with that. But I think most of the action so far is in the south. You know, not a whole lot. Sentinels have some stuff over here in the west, but not much is happening. And it looks like some stuff might be happening here. Ankulator is going to be moving in, it looks like. Takes a shot and doesn't quite get Roadkill's goal. And we saw that that goal did unload its pus, but I wasn't able to ascertain how much damage it did. I don't believe it did all that much damage. And suddenly we have a whole lot going on right here. And wow, some friendly fire there. Kron 1 taking some of that warlock fire there, and 96 to 82%. That is an amazing shot right there. Tiri taking out a ton of herons and doing a lot of damage there. He is gonna save that Mortar Dwarf for now, which is that is really good for my team. They are down in percentages, 89, 82%, and that Mortar Dwarf is still alive, and that's exactly what you want. As long as that Mortar Dwarf is alive, you can keep... Oh, that is unfortunate. Kron 1 nuking his own units. I don't know whose... I guess it was Lizard King's herons, I'm guessing, that just got nuked. So that's what happens when you introduce friendly fire in a video game. That kind of stuff happens quite a lot. Tiri's Mortar Dwarf is still alive. Looks like he got healed. And percentages are still, you know, there's still a 6% spread. 79 to 73%. Sentinels are, you know, trying to keep their composure, but obviously they're saying to themselves like, oh my goodness, we could have we were up by a lot, and all of a sudden we're not up by that much anymore. So my team is still in the game, even though they tried rushing up the high ground and they got pushed all the way back and almost taken out completely. But Tiri doing some pretty good moves to keep that Mortar Dwarf alive and stay in the game. That Mortar Dwarf probably has a lot of damage, even though it only has 5 kills.
5 minutes remaining.
Okay, so what else is happening? 79, 73%. Not a whole lot has been happening. This has been almost all of it. Sentinels are going to attempt to... I guess they're going to try to cross again. And I don't know, maybe they're going to... I'm not sure what they're thinking of doing. I'm thinking they don't want to get surrounded, but I'm not sure why they don't just push to my team's home flag. And gosh, it's so hard to see my team on this map. Or my team. I'm not actually on the team. Yeah, so we have Arsenic over here. You know, it looks like they split up a little bit. And Grim is over here. They're going to be knocking on the door. And, you know, some various goals are going to be everywhere. Okay, here we go. Looks like we may actually have an engagement finally. So Kron 1 is trying to keep Ankulator at bay, and Tiri now is going to be rushing in there trying to take out Khan's archers. Oh, and a nice lock shot there. Doing a lot of damage to Cryptos. But Tiri is just cleaning house. It looks like he may be able to take this. And finally, Ankulator is coming in as well to support. And doing a lot of damage to that mortar. There we go. That Puskull manages to take out a couple of Herons, but obviously not ideal for killing Herons. But they were low enough health that they were able to be taken out. Let's look at the percentages. 62-54%. So now my team is actually up in percentages. And this is how you do it. You spread out. And a couple of archers got lost there from Monty. You spread your units out and just surround the enemy so they can't react. And Arsenic sacrificing his archer. He saw what Monty did and decided to copy him, I suppose. So we got a little standoff here, and closing in on the My Team home flag is this group of goals here, Roadkill's goals. They're going to try to do something here. Bone does have control of these units on the home flag. So 51-61%. It's now a 10-point spread.
Flag contested.
So Roadkill's contesting. He realizes that his team is down, and he needs to make something happen with these goals if he wants his team to have a chance to win. But those goals are just kind of dying. Amazingly, 2 of them survive. I'm not sure how that happened. Didn't even manage to kill 1 warrior. He was very close though.
Contested.
So now it's 56-43%. And all of a sudden, Toxin's Mortar Dwarf is taken out there. Grim with the shot on that. And Toxin actually doing a little bit of damage with his nearly dead warrior, which is then taken out. And all of a sudden it doesn't look very good for the Sentinel team. They're just getting bum rushed and dying. But a lot of damage being done there. 21-47%. And Ankulator is going to try to help take out the home flag dwarf here, the mortar dwarf. And Roadkill reinforcing his goals with a single warrior.
Sudden death.
which if he had waited for that warrior, he may have been able to take that flag earlier, but no matter. Lizard King doing some last minute damage. He is probably going to be taken out very quickly here by this goal. Grim
Flag.
sneaking through the defense there and taking him out. So now it just looks like a matter of time. And oh my goodness, Roadkill did manage somehow to take out the warrior defense on my team's flag. However, my team was contesting the Sentinel home flag while that was happening, so they didn't get eliminated. So it looks like a yep, it's gonna be a base trade, as they call it, and
Over.
that's it. Yep. So it's a tie. I mean, normally, okay, this is the weird thing. Actually, there's no weird thing. I made that up. It's a tie because both teams at the end of the game were in possession of a single flag. So neither team wins. So interestingly enough, wow. Game 1 is a tie. So let's look at these numbers here. Obviously, my team doing a little bit better, 30% in the end. But Sentinel's amazing job by Roadkill in securing that flag and keeping them from being eliminated in the end. Because I didn't tell you about. I didn't really draw much attention to the time remaining, but it pretty much ran out at the end there. And so my team was able to take that flag right before time ended by contesting the flag. Yeah. So anyway, what was I going to say? Yes, the numbers. Lizard King doing damage for the Sentinels, but nobody. It looks like nobody really getting positive ratios here for his team. Khan also did a pretty good job, 89 damage there. And for my team, of course, Tiri, 203 damage. We saw how much damage he did with that Mortar Dwarf, and that was probably where half of that damage came from. So we're gonna move on to game number 2 in just a moment. It is the Myth World Cup 2012, and this is the NewMutator bringing you all these wonderful games that you can check out. So game number 2 is next.